What's up, guys? In today's video, we're gonna be watching famous actor scenes followed by the auditions that landed them the job. And if you stay till the end, I'll show you an exclusive clip of my Special Ops Lioness audition tapes, the actual character, and spoiler alert, it's different than the scenes that I auditioned for, or the actor that booked it is different. I ended up getting a different role. So let's just jump into it and start watching these, and I'll sprinkle in a little bit of commentary if I find necessary, and maybe throw in my input as to why I think they booked the role. Stranger Things.
This is amazing. Did you paint this?
Yeah. I mean, Elle asked me to.
I am Noah Schnapp. I'm 10 years old. Am I weird?
He was young.
It's just sometimes I feel, I don't know, like I'm stuck.
He had such an aura of confidence as a kid. Like, I feel like you just knew when you saw him that, oh yeah, he could be coached in so many different directions. That's the vibe that he gave. So I'm not surprised he booked it.
When Billy is alone with a girl,
Sadie Sink is great too.
really crazy noises. They scream? Yeah, but like happy screams. Happy screams? What is happy screams? It's like, I'm just gonna lend you my mom's costume.
My name is Millie Brown. I'm 11 years old. You can't see. I can see it. I saw. Then.
What's wrong with you? You know she's.
Millie Bobby Brown. Yeah, I mean, kind of the audition speaks for itself. So no need to chime in on that one.
Yeah. Am I your pet?
What? No!
And why do you treat me like garbage?
What?
I dump your ass.
Hi, I'm Finn Wolfhard. I'm sick. I'm late. I'm 4'11". I'm 12 years old. Nancy, listen to me.
What the hell, Mike?
Listen. Do you remember 2 days ago with that magic trick when it looked like my Millennium Falcon was really flying?
So Finn was sick and the audition tape was blurry and he still booked the role. Like, that just goes to show you, like, sometimes you're just right for the role. He might have had some credit. I don't know too much about his acting background, but he might have had a reputation with the casting office already, because you want to put your best foot forward. I mean, he was good. Of course, he came through and he was fantastic in the show. There's some factors outside of your control sometimes. You just have to roll with the punches.
Hi, my name is Caleb McLaughlin. I'm 13 years
I had to extract that off of Netflix, and hopefully I don't get that taken down, because this is a commentary on it, so it should be fair use. Yeah, like, that scene it gave me the chills when I first saw it. Fantastic. The audition tape's short, but he had singing experience too, so not only you'll see confidence, but he had some chops leading into this audition.
Listen! Except I didn't tie it to a string. It was actually flying. This could be the most excellent promise you can make. Open.
Yeah, he was super confident, super, like, just in the moment. So, not surprised he booked it, and that scene proved it. So.
Dusty Bun, where have you been?
I'm so sorry. I've been really busy. I'm trying to save the world from Russians and monsters.
Of course you have. Get the goddamn number already. Who was that?
It was, I don't know, actually. I think it was just some interference. So why don't we, change frequency?
My name is Gaten Matarazzo, and I'm 12 years old. This is probably the most serious, most important thing ever. Swear first. The most excellent promise you can make. Just stand over there, Nancy. I'm not coming out until your eyes are closed. Okay, they're closed. Open. I have absolute power. Say it.
Yeah, I mean, come on, that I think he stole the show. His audition tape was on point. He had the sides in his hands, the pages, you know, us actors call them sides. And he didn't have to rely on them, but there's a bit of confidence that you get knowing that the lines are right there. And he was the guy. He was the character. So he also had singing experience. He's done some stuff. So he had the confidence as a kid that, you know, it worked out. It worked out from 12 years old. I think he was older than the other kids, but yeah, when you saw him in his character, yeah, it was just awesome to watch. He was always like fun to watch. He would light up, you know. So I was happy to see him in that show.
On the door, let him see you, and step to the side.
If you only said 9 a.m., even if you left in 5 minutes, it's not...
Knock on the door, let him see you, and step to the side.
Back again. You mustn't like your teeth much, huh?
Bam.
I'm sorry, there's no one here by that name.
Oh, there is. Listen, he's my case officer. I need to talk to him.
I'm sorry, sir.
Listen. I know the protocol. I know you're just doing your job. But I don't have access to a secure line, okay? This is Michael Weston.
Sir, I can't help you.
Okay, just put down on the phone. All right, he's my handler. I've worked with him for over 20 years. This is Michael.
You're gonna hang up now,
Don't hang up. You hung up.
I included that bit because it shows you, like, if you're really in it, if you're really invested in your character, and the people in the room laugh, then you know you've landed it. It just exudes confidence. I mean, he was the guy. So I thought that was pretty cool. And still continuing Burn Notice.
It'll be that
Let's
many.
watch
It's
this
actually
clip.
really hard to find people who are willing to kill for money.
That does not make me feel any better.
I'm giving it to you straight, Jeannie, because I know you're gonna handle it. Everything's gonna be fine.
Good morning.
Morning.
Have a good day. We don't want him getting suspicious. We're gonna have to get comfortable here with some new rules.
What?
You're a lucky man. The doctor said he's never seen a patient with so many broken ribs. He thought you fell under a truck. I told him the truck was a possibility, but there's no way you fell. You're not an organ donor, you see.
What are you doing here?
I'm still in your wallet as next of kin, love.
She crushed it in the audition, and she also it sounded like she did an Irish accent. I don't know what that was about. She's from the UK, so she pulled it off. But then, of course, in the show, she was speaking with an American accent. So I never really fully dived into Burn Notice. Put a comment below if you're a fan of the show. Maybe it's something I should consider revisiting or giving a chance. You saw in those auditions the confidence they brought to the table. Makes sense why they booked it. This is one of my favorites.
Feel your air. Where are you?
Well, thief. I smell you. I can hear your breath. So, why don't you show yourself? You seem very familiar with my name, but I do not remember smelling one of your kind before.
So my theory is that was a screen test, because by that point, I feel like Benedict Cumberbatch was known. So him being in the room doing that stuff, it was just procedure. When you're screen testing, you're going up against like maybe 2 other people, maybe 4, but you're in the running for the role. So when you get to that level, for a movie that epic, you kind of need to be willing to screen test because they need to know you have like the right chemistry and stuff. So that makes sense why he would do that.
Okay.
Do you miss Mom and Dad? No. Liar. If you don't cut that out, they're gonna send you to a shrink. Where do you think they're gonna send you if you don't start talking? Forget about the stupid game.
So this was a bonus clip. Kirsten Dunst obviously was the character. I couldn't find her audition tape, but I found Scarlett Johansson's. And we'll watch the playback and I'll chime in as to why I think Kirsten
Now
Dunst got
close it up and put it away. Must have microchips in it or something. I've got $67.08.
That'll get you to New York. Where are you going to go after that?
Someplace where I don't have to go to the moron school. Great!
Yeah, so she was adorable in that audition tape, but Kirsten has this vibe where she just comes across a bit more mature, and I think for that role, that's what it called for. So, and of course we all saw what happened with Scarlett Johansson's career. So she stood out, won over casting, and of course her journey is interesting because she did a handful of like independent films, and those kind of catapulted her, and eventually I think Lost in Translation is what put her on the map, that led her to get into the studio projects and then became who she became.
Lily alert in 18 seconds.
She's your best friend, Miley. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to tell her you're Hannah Montana.
I picked later.
9 seconds, get the juice.
Got it.
Good. 3, 2,
1. Yes, who just landed 2 tickets to the hottest concert in town? Miley.
Hey, I'm Miley Cyrus, and I'm 12 years old. He had a birthday like 6 weeks ago. Okay. Oh, yeah, I didn't have to tell you this. It's not his birthday. It's his puppet's birthday.
So some advantages there, having your dad be Billy Ray Cyrus, and you know, being born into like the entertainment industry, you have that opportunity to like really play, and you're encouraged to. So obviously with Miley Cyrus, she had that confidence and that willingness to play, and just, yeah, she went from like slating her name to like, boom, she's ready, and had just this confidence about her. So obviously that makes sense. And yeah, she could sing, so there's another advantage. And some people try to fake it, then they get ousted or figured out, and camera doesn't lie.
I don't feel so good.
You're all right.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Hurry. I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir. Please. Please, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Well, that scene got me a little emotional in the theaters. I'm not gonna lie.
I can only imagine what it is you're going through. It was crazy. I guess when you can do what I can do, maybe you have a responsibility to do some good with it. Okay then. God, I don't want to jump the gun. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I love adventure.
So that it showed casting, audition, and then screen test. So I don't know if they all felt like screen tests, but he was in the running, and he did his, obviously American accent. He even did the web shooting thing with the sound effect, which I thought was kind of weird, but it kind of worked. And then I actually heard that he did a flip in the audition that made him stand out, where he flipped into the frame, and it's like, wow. So he had some gymnastic skills. I think that kind of made him look cool and bold, that he would do something like that.
CDC here.
Really, Chad?
Honey? Oh man, answered the wrong phone?
Look, I need a favor. I have the sweetest girl here, and she really wants to meet you.
Ooh, now what she look like?
She's 9.
Ah, a book that smells like cheese. I'm more into books that smell like meat.
Well, I hear if you wait a month, it's coming out on pepperoni bag.
I'm gonna have to ask you to leave now.
Fine. Similar to Jeffrey Donovan, that clip showed the room, loved it, comedic timing. They knew she had the chops to be a part of a kid's comedy. And so, yeah, I mean, she had that confidence. Once they put her in front of the camera, she was able to pull it off. Didn't really see the show. I've auditioned for it, but that's a different story.
From last night, right? I'm sorry about that.
You remember me? she remembers me.
Well, he claims he found your cell phone.
Oh, you found it. Hey, Mom. I miss you. And I want things to go back how they used to be. You know, walking to school together, dancing on tables at bungalow, night swimming at your mom's country house. You're like my sister.
Confident, very subtle in the movement. It was very grounded and real. Like, I mean, the eye contact she had, she was on point. And, you know, of course, she was a perfect fit for the show.
Oh, yes, technically I did smash my head area into the wall area.
Yeah, he was hanging up his gold record.
Wait, what meeting?
The meeting with the city government.
Oh my god, are you actually doing that? This is so embarrassing.
I don't think it's embarrassing.
Well, you don't have a big dumb cast on your legs from falling in a big dumb hole.
He just seems like a guy's guy, and I think he was perfect for the role. Like, confident, just plays a goofball, and of course we saw his transformation. I thought that was pretty cool to see. You work on yourself, you work on your physique, you can turn into a different character and then like wow the audience. So that was pretty cool to see. Star-Lord.
I meant what I said about movies and summer and just being together.
I'm sure you did. At the time. I also meant what I said. Nothing about them. And then 10 seconds later, you were playing like your best friends. Singing with you felt like that.
Okay.
Chemistry test. Clearly, they worked together. So there was a scenario where I did a Fiat commercial, and they had me test with another actress, and the director even told us we were his favorite picks. We were number one and number one. Number one guy, number one girl. And he was giving us a note in the room, and for some reason the girl in the room with me could not execute. He had to like tell her again, and eventually he just, I guess, gave up, because when I showed up the set like 2 days later, she wasn't there. It was another girl. So it's interesting how those play out. So clearly they both killed it in their chemistry read, and they both went on to have a career. Zac Efron, I think, bigger career, but yeah, good for them.
You've eaten. Now tell us, is everyone in your family a wizard?
You stole the goat?
I didn't steal him. I liberated him.
Well, I'm liberated.
We just have to get him to the farm tonight.
Why is me always included in we?
Adorable as a kid, you know, and she had confidence, so self-explanatory.
I'll do whatever you want me to do. I just want to help you nail that son of a bitch that burned him.
Here's another bonus. So, of course, Billy Baldwin ends up in Backdraft, and we have 2 special auditions. I didn't find his, but I found 2 others, 2 actors that didn't book that role. And Billy was great in the movie. I mean, he like is captivating to watch. He has this like stillness about himself, and of course helps to have piercing, I don't know what color eyes they are, but they're colorful. And he was great. He was fantastic. I mean, of the Baldwins, right? They're a family of actors, so that's, you know, when you grow up with family that act, then I think that kind of helps you level up. So let's watch Robert Downey Jr.'s audition.
No, sir. It's not going to happen. Sorry.
You know, it's just these new stations
Brad Pitt.
are part of how Commissioner Swayzak's wrecking this department.
Yeah, so, you know, it's hard to judge their auditions, but Brad Pitt did something where he was kind of like looking up and away, kind of like thinking. And of course, I mean, he's a great actor, like fantastic actor. But I think that was like early in his career, and Billy got the role. So Billy won out. Pony Boy.
Yeah. I don't think it's too hot of a night. See you guys later.
So she's
Another bonus video. Leo auditioned for Outsiders, It's the only Outsiders audition I found. I might have had a clip of Ralph Macchio, but it might have been too small to look at. But yeah, clearly he didn't book the role.
Against us anyhow. Just because we don't have money and they do. Hi, Mary. Hello. How you doing?
There's a really cool Joaquin Phoenix interview where he talks about how there was always this kid that kept booking over him and his other friends, his other acting colleagues, and it ended up being Leonardo DiCaprio. He just kept booking all the roles that they were going out for, that they wanted, and so yeah, that it's pretty cool to see him audition at such a young age, and then he did What's Eating Gilbert Grape, which blew me away. So I'm surprised. I mean, maybe he was still too young, but shortly after that audition, he started booking work, and he never looked back. So don't feel bad for him.
Don't feel bad, Mary. He never mentioned it to me either. By the way, I'm the real Hallie. Don't you find it peculiar that we both look so much alike and have the same birthday and... Oh man, this is beyond coincidence.
So that looked like a screen test. So by that point, she got bumped to the screen test portion, and that's all I could find on it. But yeah, I mean, I remember that, watching that as a kid, and you know, it was an entertaining kid movie for what it is. And yeah, she had kind of a dip in her career, but it looks like she's bouncing back, so good for her.
Hey, what's your name? Suchowski. Hyman Suchowski.
Yeah, but we're gonna dump that. I call him Johnny Lips.
Well, we give him a better name.
Johnny
You know
Lips.
what you do when you knock somebody off? You take a gun, you shoot him right up against his fucking head. That's
Get it.
So Robert De Niro spoke fluent Italian, and that was, I think, a major factor in him booking Godfather 2. So, but of course, he was also amazing in it. Amazing actor, the chops, you name it, he had it. And yeah, it was pretty epic. And I know Al Pacino speaks Italian, but apparently he was like self-conscious about sounding too broken up. So I don't know, like, if it was intended to limit his Italian speaking, or... And it's been a long time since I saw Godfather 1 and 2, so I'd have to revisit that to give, like, I guess, a full assessment of what I think, but I don't even speak Italian. I can understand some of it. So let's jump into this next clip.
Oh, and this one time at band camp, I stuck a flute in my...
Excuse me?
What? You don't think I know how to get myself... One time at band camp, I stuck my flute in my...
Huh? Excuse me?
What? You don't think I know how to get myself... What would my...
The expressions on her face, I mean, she was so animated, but it worked for that character. So sometimes you just don't know. And then, of course, she went on to be a regular in How I Met Your Mother, and she was great in that. More grounded, of course. But yeah, I remember as a kid seeing the trailer to that, and there was like no name actors in this movie, and it was like a teen movie, and a coming of age type, and there was just so much buzz behind it. And I think because it was like rated R, like we had to like be sneaky and have a friend buy us tickets. We got in, watched it, laughed our asses off, and it became the epic, you know, movie that it was of my generation. So that was pretty cool, and she was fantastic in it. I mean, she stole the show. She was pretty funny. They were all funny. They were all great, but she was cast perfectly.
Punishment have been otherwise.
Bed without supper.
But I'm already finished.
No dating.
Yeah, no.
I don't think I know how to get myself...
What would my punishment have been otherwise?
Bed without supper, I guess.
But I'm already finished.
No dating.
Yeah, no
dating.
No dating for you, young lady.
Oh, I think my complete lack of allure already kind of shot that horse in the face. Let the record show.
I mean, we all know how her career turned out.
That I, Olive
This is her
Pendergast,
audition.
being of sound mind, ample-ish breast size, and the occasional corny knock-knock joke, do enter this video blog as evidence in the case against me.
So I guess that was like the audition request was, and maybe it was like an exclusive request. So that was an audition request, and maybe it was an exclusive audition request to like a small, like, pool of girls, because she had already done Superbad. I don't know what else she did, but that style, I can't. Maybe she was the genius that thought, you know what, I'm gonna record it this way. I'm gonna do it, video, like vlog style, look into the camera and send that as my tape. That if that's the case, then wow. I mean, she's fantastic. She makes great choices as an actress. So that would be pretty cool to hear from her, unless someone heard her in an interview say that's the choice she made. But outside of that, like, she went on to have a fantastic career. 2 Oscars. Good for her.
Oh, I made a promise to a man. He gave me a ring and I gave him my word.
And your word is shot to hell now, don't you think?
I don't know. I'll find out when I talk to him.
I made a promise to a man. He gave me a ring and I gave him my word.
And your word is shot to hell, don't you think?
Well, I don't know. I'll find out when I talk to him.
I can't believe that I'm here right now.
Canadian actress, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but she was fantastic, and that helped her career like take off. She was in Mean Girls, which she was like a standout character in that, and then The Notebook, which was like a DVD hit. It wasn't even a hit in the theaters. So sometimes you just don't know like when someone's career is gonna pop off. And then she went on to do many, many great things, and I can't think of the last thing I've seen her in. Maybe Amsterdam.
You can duck down if you want. I mean, it won't hurt my feelings.
No. I didn't mean here with you. I just meant here, like, in this situation.
Oh.
He gave me a ring and I gave him my word.
And your word is shot to hell, don't you think?
Well, I don't know. I'll find out when I talk to him.
I can't.
So now Transformers, Megan Fox, Shia LaBeouf. I remember seeing this in the theaters.
I believe that I'm here right now.
You can duck down if you want. I mean, it won't hurt my feelings.
No. I didn't mean here with you. I just meant here, like, in this situation.
Oh.
This same situation that I'm always in.
Sam Whitaker, right? Wiki, Sam Wiki, right?
I mean, they had great chemistry, and she was fantastic. She was appealing to all the kids, all the teens that went to watch the movie. She was great too, grounded, real. I think she has chops. So she was very still in her audition and very just felt like a solid audition tape. So not surprised she booked it after seeing the audition tape.
But Leon, it's not big enough for you. What? It's barely big enough for me.
We said no discussion.
No, I'm not letting.
Listen.
I'm not going.
Listen.
I won't go. I won't go.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Just a half sister, not a good half at that.
Excuse me, Missy.
Yeah, I know those. Super short clip of an audition tape, but still worthy of a watch because you saw a different kind of side to her character. But yeah, in The Professional, she was fantastic. Great movie, and she was the standout, I think. And Jean Reno is amazing, of course, but she was like, you were like, who is that? Like, and at that young of an age, like, she crushed it. So, and then of course went on to have the career we all know she had. So, Natalie Portman.
Like this one, it's like this one's fellow, sort of the exact opposite, in fact, of that. Not an evil version, but just
Yes, the sex was tremendous, but it's not horseback riding, is it?
Russell Brand was always had this like vibe of cool and charismatic, so he just, I think, played himself, but still that he was right for that movie. He was just a great fit. And then he was in one of those murder mystery movies of recent, and what was it, the not Murder on the Orient Express, but the other one, I think it was like the sequel, and he was good. He was just a very grounded actor. So now he's a podcaster with like millions of subs, so he's doing something right.
No, I hardly ever get to talk about her. Everyone's just afraid to ask, I guess. She had leukemia.
Hey.
Creep. You don't give a damn about anyone. You don't give a fucking damn about anyone, so no one can care about you. On ship.
What'd you do the droid?
So unless they did they started changing up the audition room setup or request that looked more like a screen test, because you usually don't act like with someone else in like on stage next to you. But yeah, of course, Jennifer Connelly, Labyrinth was what put her on the map. I think everybody was like enamored by her, and she was just perfect for that role. And then she went on to have an illustrious career. So, and married to Paul Bettany, who is a fantastic actor. So yeah, if they I don't know what their kids' situation is, but their kids are, if they want to grow up, they're gonna be fantastic performers.
Falcon's in a lot better shape than he is.
BB-8's not on fire.
What's left of him isn't on fire.
Tell me what happened.
You tell me first.
You know what you are?
What?
You're difficult.
I guarantee he would have disappointed you.
Get out of my head. Occasionally.
So I get it. Star Wars fanboys didn't care for the last iterations of Star Wars. But for the part, I mean, Daisy Ridley was fantastic. I mean, chops as an actress. It's just some people wish writing for her, the writing and the roles that she has had would be better. And that's not what this is about. This is about the audition, and she crushed it. That again also felt like a screen test. She must have passed some earlier rounds to be like, okay, we want her. Because you usually don't have like people touch you in an audition setting, like at least not that first round. They want to make sure they filter out the people that aren't right for the role. So that's that.
Maybe. When you aren't acting like a scoundrel.
Scoundrel?
The plans and specifications to a battle station with enough firepower to destroy an entire city.
So back when Star Wars was first written and auditions were going around, I bet that was like for like a serious actor, kind of a stretch, like sci-fi might have been a little bit like not as celebrated until Star Wars and Star Trek. So that might have been just one of those things where you just try to be grounded and real, and that's what George Lucas was looking for. And Carrie Fisher was obviously perfect for Leia. So
Hey, ass face. What you gawking at? But he did love me.
So Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he did a series of independent films. Fantastic actor, and I guess as a result of being on a sitcom, he had the money, so he didn't have to just take any role that came his way. He still auditioned, was willing to audition for other roles, and kind of broadened his range. And I think that was smart, because then he started booking other bigger projects. He's in the new Beverly Hills Cop movie that's going to be coming out on Netflix. I think it's called Axel Foley. Had a friend audition for that, so I'm curious to see how that played out. And he's, you know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's been in like tons of stuff, so solid actor. Looper was cool, and I think that was Rian Johnson's second collaboration with him. They did something else together before, but solid. I mean, solid audition. Obviously, it was short, but you saw it in his eyes. The stillness sometimes is just so powerful.
Radars are really stupid. They flew his armor when King.
Macy Williams. Yeah, that was super short as well. Super short clip, and the scene I played was just to show how much non-speaking, like non-dialogue scenes, like can carry a scene, and that one was pretty epic. If you haven't seen Game of Thrones, you should watch it. The acting's fantastic, the cast is phenomenal, and that's all that needs to be said.
Between the store, not when it counted. He asked me to go get him a drink.
Tell you you're good, and you're ready to go buy the whole damn scam.
I am good.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves had it rough, I think, in regards to his persona after Bill and Ted. To shake off that kind of like vibe must have been a challenge. But he did some stuff, and I think it wasn't until Speed where he kind of like revived his career in a way where he was like looked at like, oh, okay, you got chops, you can be serious and you can carry a movie. So that was pretty cool to see. And then of course he was perfect for Neo in The Matrix, although some of the sequels were questionable.
You don't know nothing what I've been through. I ain't never had no boyfriend. My daddy said he gonna marry me. Fuck you! You don't know nothing about my life. I ain't never had no boyfriend.
Smart.
That kind of worked out where the clip matches the audition, and I saw Precious in the theaters. Well, I saw it at Sundance in 2010, and that was the one cool thing is it didn't come out for another, I think, 2 years because of like the distribution rights and how they want to promote it. I'm glad I saw it at Sundance because I don't know how well received it was outside of Sundance as far as like the promotions and how long it was in theaters. And back then it was called Push. Another movie came out, the same title, so they decided to tweak the title and change it up. And Gabourey was like amazing. Like every time she was on screen, you're like, wow, like she was phenomenal. So that audition, she crushed it. It's a no-brainer, and the movie itself was like, it's kind of hard to watch, to be honest. It's pretty brutal what happens to her character.
I can take out demons you're too scared to go near. That's crap. You're too busy sitting around feeling sorry for yourself, whining about all the souls you tortured in hell. Boo-hoo.
All he's done for us is set the land speed record for effed up child.
So Jared Padalecki, I remember hearing him in an interview talk about the stack of auditions, like the size that I guess he would save them. And you know, you think it's something you want as an actor. You want all the opportunities in the world, but when you have that many and you haven't booked, it like messes with your head. So I think it's like it's a double-edged sword where you need the opportunities to book because it's a numbers game, they say in this business. But of course, he's great, and he finally found like his footing, and now he's Walker. He's the new Walker, Texas Ranger, and I auditioned for that a few times, and yeah, I mean it's pretty cool that he was able to land himself that after Supernatural. I mean, Supernatural went on for I think 10 seasons. So.
Dean, when I said I was scared of the thing in my closet, you gave me a 45.
Why not? Maybe she's right. You know, maybe I should have.
Yeah, the other thing too is Jared gets to produce. So if you're a smart actor, after you hit your stride, you want to negotiate producing because then you can kind of lean on that in case there aren't roles that suit your needs, or you don't want to just be desperate and do whatever. You want to get into producing, you want to get into directing, just so you can have like a well-rounded career and an everlasting one. And of course,
put it in
Breaking
paper.
Bad.
Maybe I should have done something different. The thing is, if you just do stuff and nothing happens.
Some straight like you with a giant stick up his ass, all of a sudden age, what, 50? He's just gonna break bad?
I'm 41.
It's weird.
So I remember seeing a clip of the full audition, and Aaron Paul like stumbles in it, and it goes, let's go back, and like he adjusted himself and just went back into it, and that just shows the confidence he had. Now up until this point, he did like commercials, and I think he was okay financially, but he hadn't like made a big splash in Hollywood until that role. And another fun fact is he was supposed to be like killed off in season 2, but he was such a great character that everybody fell in love with. So Vince, the creator, decided to write him in to the rest of the show, and it took me a long time to finish the show. It just kind of moves a little slow, but it ends so amazingly. The last like 2 seasons, I was like on the edge of my seat, and maybe it was just me and being distracted with other things because the show would interrupt my desire to continue out. And then also another thing is some of the endings makes you just have to see the next episode, and that would piss me off. So maybe that's why it took me so long, but I do want to rewatch Breaking Bad. Phenomenal show.
Vader's here. Now, on this moon.
How do you know?
I felt his presence. He's come for me. He can feel when I'm near.
She's part of the royal family. They won't get any information from her. She knows the art of mind control.
The thing you might notice about really good acting is the stillness. When you start to watch TV shows and movies, maybe this will be the first time you really notice this, but especially when the screens are enlarged, any like sudden movement like this, it just takes you out. Like you have to really laser in your focus. And that was a big aha moment for me because, you know, sometimes when you do other things like theater or you audition for things like Nickelodeon where you have to make big movements, stillness and film and TV goes a long way. And there's a really cool video, Michael Caine talking about how to properly audition or act for the camera and where you look and how that affects the whole scene. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty awesome clip. I might do a compilation of great acting tips, and I think that one is worthy. That one would be worth putting in a clip.
Wait, you mean when we, got back here?
I think you know what I mean.
Yeah. I had a great time.
I don't want to be different. I don't want to be special. I just want to be like everyone else.
So he was in The Outsiders. Small role. I mean, there was an ensemble cast, but Tom Cruise has so much charisma. It's wild. Like, and what he's doing with Mission Impossible in this current age that he is, like, it's pretty impressive. And he's probably one of the few actors who you see his name on a movie, you're like, okay, I'd give it a chance. I mean, come on. Top Gun 2 was like fantastic. You kind of knew what you were getting, but they did definitely deliver on my expectations and a lot of other people's. So, Tom Cruise, what a career.
Even if someone lied, they should be forgiven. Otherwise, we'd never have any congressmen or presidents.
Did you know Paul Simon wrote American Tuna's... Yeah, did you know Paul Simon wrote American Tuna's reaction to Nixon's election?
No. You're taking the puzzles?
I didn't know that. He was pissed off that definition of America didn't include everyone who came here.
So I don't know the story of that, if it was like a screen test, but normally you don't have like a lot of distracting things behind you when you're taping, but this is way before self-tapes were expected to be a thing. So he might have actually gone in the audition room and read opposite a casting associate, and yeah, I mean, he was confident and was great for the role. I think he played the part right, like kind of came across shy but was very outspoken, hence the scene that I included there. So pretty cool to see. And kids, when they have that kind of confidence, as long as they don't get sucked into the pit that can be child stardom, they can have a career, they can work, and having confidence at that young of age, it's like pretty impressive, because I was extremely shy when I was that old.
Brick Tamlin. People seem to like me because I am polite and I'm rarely late. I like to eat ice cream and I really enjoy a nice pair of slacks. Years later, a doctor will tell me that I have an IQ of 48 and am what some people call mentally retarded. I'm Brick Tamlin. People seem to like me because I am polite and I am rarely late. I like to eat ice cream, and I really enjoy a nice pair of slacks. Years later, a doctor will tell me that I have an IQ of 48 and am what some people call mentally retarded.
That face that he does, like, I mean, and of course you heard the laughter in the room. So I include that for two reasons. Comedy's changing. It's getting more tame, I guess. I don't know. I'm conflicted because some of the old school comedies, they just don't make comedies like they do anymore. And so I'm curious, what do you think? Comment below if you think that there's some things that are off the table, or if comedy should kind of go back to the way it was, where everybody gets made fun of. It's a equal opportunity offending niche, so to speak. Steve Carell's fantastic. By the way, if you haven't seen Foxcatcher, watch that. I saw that at a screening with a Q&A. I was blown away. He can do dramatic roles. And he's great at comedy too. Office was a big break from him. He was perfect for that role. And as promised, the bonus clips that I told you about, since you made it this far, let's jump into these. So this is from Special Ops Lioness, Taylor Sheridan's show on Paramount Plus.
Yo, get your second one?
Just getting some water.
The fuck happened to you?
Nothing, I'm fine. Bitch knows karate or something.
No means no, player.
No, man.
All right, we're gonna crash. Yeah, me too.
All right, so that was the kitchen scene that I auditioned for, and you're about to see this clip here. Fantastic actors in that scene, fantastic actors to work with and for, and Sam Asghari was the one who ended up booking the role. I previously auditioned for Kamal. This is my audition for it.
Yeah, your second one?
Just getting some water.
What happened to you?
Nothing, I'm fine. Bitch knows karate or something.
No means no, player.
Come on.
We're gonna crash.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, that was my take on that audition. Sam was better for the part, and you'll see in this second clip why.
Hey, come on.
Hey, how you doing? Look, I'm a lesbian, so none of that shit's gonna work on me.
Sure about that?
Yeah.
You're messing up.
I'm so sure of that.
That was opposite Jill Wagner. She's co-creator of the show, and she's fantastic. She was in, I think, Teen Wolf for many seasons, and has a pretty big fan base. So Sam just crushed it in the scene. Obviously, he's also jacked. He's way more shredded now. That little thing he did with the sunglasses too, he thought of that on his own. So hats off to him for making more out of something that ended up working for his character. This is my take. So actually, before I play this back, there's a caveat. When I did this taping, they wanted me to use the Kamal lines, but they had said, hey, we're thinking of Rafer, the character of Ehsan, so have him bring that character to the table with the same lines. And so this is my Ehsan version of that same scene. Let's move back a few seconds.
Hi, I'm Ehsan.
How you doing? I'm a lesbian. None of that shit works on me.
You're missing out.
No, I'm sure.
That's the end of this compilation video of acting scenes followed by their auditions. If you made it this far, thanks for sticking around and enjoying that bonus clip with me. If you like this video and want to see more, hit the like button, comment, let me know what your favorite scene was, what's your favorite audition, and if you have any other suggestions, if you know of any auditions that are out there that I can look at and react to and give you my 2 cents. Until next time, peace.